So Dennis is already out. We have 11 minutes this qualifying session remaining. At the moment, it is Senjo that is fastest, but it is Fanfinus that's going to be setting the next lap here in Brazil. I apologise. I really apologise about that, guys. But we are live. Here we go. So Reese is just on an out lap now. So let's see where he is going to go on his lap. Let me know what the sound's like. Harvey, if you want to come and join, you are more than welcome if you've got an invite. So up the pitch straight goes Reese, down towards the centre S's at turn 1 and 2. The Mercedes driver, you want to take a nice tight line through there and then easy on the throttle. Throttle down as you come out of turn 2 and down towards Curva de Sol at turn 3. Down the DRS straight once again towards Lago at turn 4 and 5. And the Mercedes absolutely flying. We know the Brazilians like the Mercedes, especially Lewis Hamilton. Up towards 6 and 7. And then up the hill, right at the top of the hill at turn 8. Down the hill towards turn 9, it's sort of a hairpin left. And then back up the hill at Bico de Pato at turn 10. Mergalio through 11 and down towards 12. Out of turn 12, round turn 13, 14 and 15. And then you hit the start-finish line. Here comes the Mercedes AMG. Down towards the line goes Reese. What can Reese do? And it's P4. What a lap from the Mercedes. YXF, it's his debut race. And we will go on board with the Red Bull driver. Nice. Oh, and he's lost it. The rears have gone coming out of the centre S's. So welcome to you, YXF. And glad to have you here. Your debut race here in the Gold Division, right on the top. Maximot, the Belgian, coming through the centre S's. He's not made the same mistake as the Red Bull did. There is a spare seat, Harvey. Just don't pick the seat that Saro's in. So we are on board with the Aston Martin. Coming around turn 9 and up towards 10. You want to go out wide and sort of cut into turn 10. And then down towards the hill towards 11 and 12. So up the pitch straight now goes the Aston Martin. Where can Maxiblock put this? This looks very quick. It is very quick. It's P3, but it's still Senjo on the top step, and Oliver Mo's in the Ferrari. Goes P3, back on the grid in the Scuderia, his Scuderia. 8 minutes remaining. Here comes Banter Brandon in the Alpine. Down the pit straight as well with that DRS enabled. And he's taking a really wide line. No, he's backed out. He's going to go again. He was taking a really wide line there. Henke in the other Alpine is on a lap. I think they lead the constructors at the moment, the Alpine drivers. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do today. I don't know where the picture's gone, guys. I do apologise. Bear with me. I am really sorry about that. I'm having a few technical difficulties tonight. As you all know, if you listen to the stream quite a bit, we are on the verge of getting a new updating some of the systems that we use. We are on the verge of updating them, so just bear with us. I know it's a little bit frustrating, but we are updating everything. So Henke goes fastest once again. He's had pole position quite a few times already this season, and he bids to make it another. Luide Durac, who won the silver race this afternoon, he is on track in the Ferrari, trying to test himself with some of the best drivers Formula 7 has to offer. I know, Lewis, I know. So 6 minutes of this qualifying session remaining. So Lude, he did set a 1:08.7, and I think he's the only one. We've got Jack on a lap as well, who was really unlucky in the silver race. He looked like he had a lot of pace, but just got really unfortunate in the race, and that's the stuff that happens in motorsport racing. Some things can be avoided though, and I think that's the frustration of Jack, is that a lot of it is avoidable if people use their heads. Into the pit lane goes Lude. Jack is improving, so is Ducky. Ducky and Jack are improving. Here comes the Alfa Romeo driver. To the line he goes. And it's P12. What about Jack? He is up on his lap time. But a 1:07.6 by Henke is an absolutely stupid time, isn't it? It really is. A yellow flag. YXF is out. I think he's retired in the pit lane. So without setting a lap, he's going to have to come from the back on his debut race. Here comes the Aston Martin. To the line he goes, and it's P13. He does beat Lude. Reese and Super Turbo. Super Turbo currently in P8 for the Alfa Romeo. Down towards the line. He's really pushing it on the limit. And that is a great lap from Super Turbo. P3 for the Alfa Romeo. The championship leader in P5 in the Haas. He currently... Oh, Maxi Block has a 5-place grid penalty. He's had a collision with Jack. And he's going to be absolutely gutted about that. Maxi Block has a 5-place grid penalty for the Brazil Grand Prix here in Sao Paulo. B Wright leads the championship in going into round 11 by 25 points to Banter Brandon. So he's a full race win ahead now, so Brandon definitely needs a good result here today. We'll go on board with the championship leader. And down into the centre S's. And just trying to keep hold of them rear tyres. And then easy on the throttle. DRS enabled. Down through Retaposta, down towards Delago. And I think he's not got his hot lap on. He's not using his hot lap, so I don't know if he's backed out of this. I think he has backed out. He's got 3 minutes remaining. Jack just getting out of the way. But B Wright is on a lap. But it's not a lap that he'll be wanting. They're all just getting ready for that one last run with 3 minutes to go. Senjo just starting his flying lap now, the Williams driver. Yeah, he's really throwing that Williams car around. Giving it everything, isn't he? So Senjo is improving. He's 7/1000ths up at the moment. Maybe not where he wants to be, but it's definitely up. He's still 4/10 off Henke's time, but that is some super time that from Henke. I don't think anybody's even going to touch that. Senja in the Williams, down towards turn 11 and 12. And then once he comes out of 12, he really wants to take a nice line early on the throttle now. And straight onto the accelerator. He's gone purple sector 2, so he is improving. The Williams driver, the Norwegian, down towards the line goes Sendro. 1:07.6. That is very close. Half a tenth separate the two drivers. Super Turbo is going to go for it again. The Alpha Tauri is going to be next. He's invalidated it. That's Martin. Jack has retired. It's the two Haas drivers. It's going to be Cars. Goes P3. The current championship leader, P3, takes it off his teammate. That is it. It's not going to be pole position. Banter Brandon is on his way out of the pit lane. Has he got enough time? Martin's going to have to go again. Oliver's invalidated it. Super Turbo is going again. Henke has just started his flying lap as well, but it's going to be Super Turbo that comes through first. My screen has gone black again. I'm really sorry about this, guys. So, Super Turbo in the Alfa Romeo, a few technical difficulties, but like I said, guys, I really appreciate you sticking with us. I will have this sorted by the end of the month, and we will have no more technical difficulties. Super Turbo, down the pit straight he goes. And he's backed out. He's backed out. He's going to go again. He's going to go. Oliver's down on his lap time as well. Splandy is improving, just touches the grass. Goes a little bit wide. Super Turbo has retired. Splandy will not be happy with the line that he took there, but he is improving, nearly a tenth and a half up around this beautiful Sao Paulo circuit. And Henke goes quicker, a 107.5. B right over 107.7, and it's a 108.3 from Splandy. But all eyes are on Banter Brandon now. A little bit of traffic in front of him. That was a Ferrari. And it was Lude. And is that an Alpine that's backed out? No, it's Banter Brandon. I think he might have got a toe off his teammate. The checkered flag has waved here in Brazil. Banter Brandon coming through Sector 2. He's absolutely flying. He knows he has to give it his all. He's around half a second off the time of his championship rival. He's got to lay it all on the table now. Oliver, Maxi and Sendro can do no more. B-Right and Turbo out. So it's all down to Banter Brandon. What about Reese? What about Cars? Henke is improved. Banter Brandon is improving, but it's not going to be enough. But any gained positions here, this could take him right up to P5. And this would be very close to his championship rival. He's put everything on the table here. It's a 108.2. It's P7 behind Oliver. Ducky in the Alfa Romeo was improving until he lost it. Saro and Fanfinus hit the line. Fanfinus has really lost his mojo on the second half of this season. He started off so well, but he cannot find anything lately. If you're coming out on intermediates, what do you expect? But the checkered flag has waved. And it is the Norwegian of Henke that takes pole position once again here in Brazil. So, qualifying over, I think that's Henke's 6th or 7th pole out of the 11 races this season. So it's the two Norwegians that lock out the front row once again. It's Henke that takes pole position, and Sendro in the Williams will start alongside him. The championship leader of B-Right and his teammate of Cars lock out the second row, the two Haas drivers in 3rd and 4th. On the 3rd row of the grid, it's Super Turbo in the Alfa Romeo. Alongside him, Oliver in the Ferrari. On the 4th row of the grid, it's Banter Brandon, who's 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, will start in 7th here in Brazil. Splandy in the Alpha Tauri alongside him. Reese in P9, and it's going to be Martin in P10 as Maxi Block has a 5-place grid penalty. 4 drivers did not set lap times there. It's alright, Saro, don't worry, at least you're here, mate. I actually can't wait for this race. I'm really looking forward to it. Here we go. This is it. Remember, guys, if you want to come and join Formula 7 Racing, !Discord in the chat. Our Formula 7 podcasts are live now every Saturday at 7 PM. I say every Saturday, the majority of Saturdays. Just keep an eye on Instagram, TikTok, and all the other socials. Twitter as well. X, as you call it now. But yeah, we race every single Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The only days we have off is Thursday, Friday, and, well, not even Saturday anymore. What a team we have here at Formula 7 as the league continues to grow and become bigger and bigger, and more notoriety with the podcast as well. Well, here we go. This is the Gold Division here in Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, sponsored by Rock Solid Rigs. Oh, it's a safety car. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There must be a glitch. Make sure you stay behind the safety car, guys. Do not crash. Give the position back. Just be careful. Just be careful under the safety car, please, guys. Just be careful, guys. Please just stay behind the safety car. I really hate that because I enjoy the race starts. But, yeah, that's happened a couple of times now, hasn't it? And it's also been whenever I've set up the lobby. I'm on a wired connection, so it's definitely not my internet connection. There's something or somebody, whenever they join, that is causing a safety car. So after the race, I will have a look at all the drivers and just check if anybody's internet connection is low. Because I think that might be the reason why we're getting this safety car every time the race starts. But thank you to all the drivers for just staying in position and staying behind the safety car. The last thing I would want to do is reset up a whole new lobby, so thank you. So it will be a safety car restart. Red, that could be a good point. Yeah, somebody joining in qualifying, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that actually, because we did have 3 people joining qualifying, yeah. But it didn't do it in silver. I don't know. There was one driver that had really, really low red bars, so I can't remember who it was though. But I'm thinking maybe try to turn formation lap back on, because when I did it for the other league on Saturday, I think it was, or whenever it was, Friday or something, Thursday. I can't remember what day it was. But they had formation lap on. Maxi Block and Fanfinus are taking the opportunity to pit, and it's not against the rules, because every single driver has the opportunity to pit. They're all in the same boat, so don't worry. Well, hopefully we can go racing again. So their pit strategy is actually complete now. Let's have a look at tyres. So they have gone onto the mediums. So they will try and go for a long stint. But thank you guys, I do appreciate you just keeping it clean behind the safety car for now. And I'm really sorry that this is the way the race has had to start, but at least you'll get a nice clean through the centre S's at turn 1 and 2. Just be careful as well, guys, because the safety car here in Brazil goes in very, very late. When I when I was leading in silver? Was I leading in silver? There was a situation where we were behind the safety car. I think it was silver, and the safety car went in really, really late. Like we were halfway up the straight when it decided it was going in. Right, safety car's going in, and we're going to go back racing. DRS will not be enabled until lap 5. So it's going to be Henke that leads the restart. The 2 Norwegians and the 2 Haas drivers. When is Henke going to go? That is the question. Just backing him up, waiting and waiting. And off he goes. And we have liftoff here in Brazil. The race is underway. It's the Alpine that goes into turn 1. Senjo, B-Right and cars come next. You've got the Alfa Romeo, the Ferrari, the Alpine, the Alfa Tauri and the Mercedes. The Alfa Romeo goes side by side with the Mercedes, and the Alfa Tauri is Reese and Splandy Side by side as they go down towards 4 and 5 at Delago. YXF in the Red Bull is through on Jack in the Aston Martin. Harvey having a little look as well. Here comes TTL Dennis, the Belgium driver here in Brazil. Down the inside he goes, side by side with the McLaren. Great racing, everybody is through halfway. Saro on the back of Fanfinis, that is Maxi Block through on DJ Harvey. He's now on the back of Dennis, the two Belgian drivers in 15th and 16th. Dennis is through on Jack, finally makes his move. Now it's Max Buck in the Aston. Jack just glides out of the way, lets his teammate through. Good teamwork from the Astons. Jack will not give Fanfinis an easy ride though. So Henke leads after lap 3. Setting the fastest lap of this race. Sendra is staying with him. B-Right trying to keep that DRS range. Splandy is through on Reese as well. The Alpha Tauri YXF is into the pit lane. Did he get damage? Ducky trying to stay with Reese. Reese has just been overtaken by the Alpha Tauri. He's going to try and come back at him down at turn 4 and 5. Not this time. I tell you what, fresh tyres around Brazil and the undercut is definitely worth it. So we'll see a lot of different strategies here today. Sandro still chasing, all 19 drivers still in the race. Not a single incident at the start. Will the two Haas drivers work together here? Remember, one of them is bidding for their 3rd World Championship. He is 25 points in front of Banter Brandon. If the race was to finish like this, that gap would be extended to 34 points. B-Right setting the fastest lap now. Here comes Super Turbo. Here comes Ducky on Reese. Ducky in the Alfa Romeo around the outside of the Mercedes. Side by side through the center S's. And he just backs out Ducky. Good racing from the Dutchman. Dennis now chasing down Martin. That's a yellow flag, and that is DJ Harvey. Really struggling to keep the grip in them tyres. The Red Bull driver of YXF, do not count him out yet. He's gone for that undercut. He's had to pit early, but as long as he keeps plodding along, getting them laps in, it won't be the end of the world for him. Super Turbo on the back of cars now. Super Turbo looking super fast here in Sao Paulo. So let's have a look at the tyres. So every driver on the mediums, apart from Splandy and Ducky on the softs. Here comes Super Turbo on cars. The Alfa Romeo on the Mercedes. He does have that DRS. Down towards turn 1 and 2 at the center S's. And the Alfa Romeo is through. Nothing the Haas driver can do about it. Cars having to settle back in for P5, but he is going to try and come back at him round the outside, back on the inside, switches round, DRS enabled, down towards turn 4 and 5. The Ferrari having a little look as well, but the Alfa Romeo having to get back in position. Cars is not going to let him through that easily. Maximock is through on Martin as well. And look at this from Splandy and Reese. Fanfinis is through on Martin as well. The Alpha Tauri through on the McLaren. Good aerial shots there. Great racing. And he's used a lot of ERS, Martin. A lot of battery. And look at this. Fanfinis really trying to chase him down. DJ Harvey with that 5-second time penalty. So B-Right is stuck in that DRS train for 1, 2, 3 now in the podiums. Super Turbo is back through on cars, exactly what he did last lap. But can he hold him off this time? As they go down Retta, Aposta, and then down towards Dolago at turn 4 and 5. Can he stay in the lead? Here comes Oliver as well, and it's too wide. And the Haas driver of cars goes out wide. That's going to give the opportunity to Super Turbo and Oliver de Mose, and they are through, and cars is now down to P6. Oliver having a look at the back of Super Turbo. TTL Dennis is through on Lude and he goes out wide again. Cars really struggling. Banter Brandon is going to try and make the move. And he is. Cars trying to give him the space, but just not too much. Oh, and he nearly loses it there. And Banter Brandon is through and up to P6. And that safety net that B-Right had from his teammate is essentially gone now. Yellow flag, I think that is Martin. Oh, and he's just nearly clipped the Aston Martin. That's Sendro. Sendro has spun it. That leaves B-Right in P2. B-Right lost a bit of time though to Henke. Was he trying to avoid the Williams? And one of the Norwegians is out of the top two. Here comes Oliver down towards the centre S's. And the Ferrari driver is up into the podiums. But Super Turbo, and Oliver went wide. And through goes Brandon and Cars. Oliver made a slight mistake and he paid 2 positions as the penalty price. Brandon wheel to wheel with the Alfa Romeo. Both go out wide. Here comes Cars again. We've got an amazing battle in the midfield. I say midfield. This is for P3, 4 and 5. And the Alpine having a look. That is Banter Brandon and dive goes Cars. That's a lunge down the inside. He gives him the space though. Maybe not entitled to it, but Brandon being extra safe here. He's in P4. He knows his championship rival is in P2, but it's Super Turbo in the podiums at the moment. TTL Dennis chasing down Splendid. And the Mercedes on the Alpha Tauri, they both have DRS, but the straight line speed is Dennis's. And he will now be on the back of his teammate of Reese. I think he will get DRS from his teammate as well to try and keep that position. Banter Brandon on Trubo. Trubo pushes him out wide. And it looks like Brandon is going to get it. And he does going into turn 4. Brandon is through. And the chase is on. Cars also trying to make the move. Fantastic racing from all involved here. Oh, a slight mistake from the Alfa Romeo. And he locks up again. Another mistake. And now there goes Cars. And Cars makes a mistake. Both losing the rears there. So a couple of mistakes from the Haas and the Alfa Romeo. And the Ferrari is right on the tail now. And it's give Banter Brandon a little bit of breathing space. Here comes Oliver. And Cars has got literally no battery at all. Oliver going to try and go the long way around. And once again, Oliver is chasing him down. But Cars is going to have the DRS. But he's got no battery at all. And they're stuck in this huge DRS train for podiums. Down towards 4 and 5. And it's Brandon that leads in P3. Trubo really in the mix of the battles here. B-Right is 2.8 behind Henke, but he's got a nice 4.5 second gap to his championship rival. Here goes Trubo on Brandon. Brandon having to settle back in for P4 here. And look how close he is. He's got such a great exit out of them centre S's. He looks so quick. Side by side again down towards turn 4. And it's the Alpine that comes back out on top. And this is getting very tasty. 11 laps in. Let's have a look at the tyre choices again. So they're all on mediums. Apart from Splendy and Ducky. It's pretty much matched for strategies. So not a debut race that YXF would have wanted as he retires in the pit lane. Really unfortunate for him. That's the only DNF we've had this race. Here comes Oliver now on cars. Into the slipstream, down towards the centre S's. He might even get the Alfa Romeo. He doesn't go for it. Probably best that he didn't dive anyway. But he's still wheel to wheel here, and cars has gone off and he's come back on. He's nearly hit the Ferrari. Nearly takes him out. And now he's going to get swallowed up from the two Mercedes as they go down towards turn 4. And cars round the outside. Wow, that was very close. Banter Brandon to Trubo, Oliver. And the Mercedes of Dennis. Fanfrenis is through on Lude. The two Dutchies trade places. The more these continue to battle, the better it is for the front two, really. I thought that was rain then. I was going to say it didn't look like it was going to rain. So not a single safety car, not a single DNF apart from that one in the pit lane. It's been fantastic racing so far, but I don't want to jinx it. Here comes Sendro on Reese. The Williams on the Mercedes, down towards the centre S's, but the Mercedes does have the inside line. Oh, and he nearly loses the rears. That was close. Super Trubo on Banter Brandon again, and the squabble continues between the pair. The San Marino driver on the British driver, and Brandon is back down the inside, and the Alpine is back up to P3. Trubo and Brandon, really good racing from these, giving each other the room. Here comes Dennis. He is really cutting through the pack here, isn't he, the Belgian? And Dennis is through on Oliver. And he has his sights set on that Alfa Romeo in front of him now. I think he'll wait for the straight. He doesn't want to be impatient. B Right is 4 seconds behind Henke, but Brandon is 6 behind B Right. So here comes Dennis. He does have that straight line speed. And TTL Dennis in the Mercedes is going to move up to P4. And is Trubo going to try and come back at him through the centre S's? And Dennis is through. And so does Oliver as well. The Ferrari of Oliver thinks I've got an opportunity here and absolutely grabs it. Lude through on Maxi. I don't know what's happened with Maxi and Fanfrenis, but they are in the mud. Absolutely in the mud. Lude has spun it. Lude's in the wall. Has he got any damage? The Ferrari driver is into the wall around turn 4. So Dennis now has his sights set on Banter Brandon in front. Cars is back with the pack. So 21 laps remain. We will start seeing these pit strategies shortly, and it'll be interesting to see who shows their hand first. Sandra is through on Ducky, and Dennis is finally through on Banter Brandon as well. Can Brandon get him back down the second DRS straight? Down Reta Aposta they go. But no, Dennis's straight line speed is pretty much unmatched. So Maxi is the first one, and he's got front wing damage. That's why he was struggling. Fanfrenis has left the session. Fanfrenis has left. Hopefully he can get back in. So Dennis is 6.5 seconds behind B Right. So just keep an eye on that gap and see if he can start to dwindle that down. But Banter Brandon has got the DRS. All the drivers continue to stay out on their mediums. Oh, Super Turbo and cars have pitted. The Alfa Romeo and Ducky on the softs as well as pitted. Splandy on the softs has stayed out. Very interesting from him. But Super Turbo, Cars, Ducky and Saro have all pitted. They've gone for the undercut. So it'll be interesting to see where they come out. Brandon was not able to catch Dennis. I wonder if Henke pits now, or I know that he likes to stay out for quite a while because his grip very rarely falls off. Henke's he's got a lot of grip. He can do 20 laps on mediums and still have a lot of grip. He manages his tyres really well. Oliver is in the pits now. Where will Cars and Turbo come out in regards to Oliver? And Splandy pits off them softs as well. So let's just keep an eye on Super Turbo. Fanfulness is back in. Where's Cars as well? Oliver is on his way out of the pit lane. Here comes Cars down towards the centre S's. Is the undercut going to work? Oliver is just coming out now. Cars is coming through the centre S's. It's going to be very, very close. Cars, Oliver, Cars. And it's going to be side by side. Oliver cuts him off, but Cars has got the straight line speed. And Cars, only because he had the heat in his tyres and the slipstream, has come out in front of Oliver, and now he chases down Lude as well. Super Turbo comes out just behind Oliver though, but he will have heat already into them hard tyres. Cars is through on the Ferrari of Lude. Lude just struggling, maybe hindering his teammates slightly actually. Yeah, I think Oliver's really struggling to get past his teammate here, and it's affecting his lap. There we go. He's finally free off the shackles, but he's lost the DRS to Cars. Oh, Zombie. Kieran, thank you so much, mate. Kieran has donated £10. Kieran, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I've only just seen that. It would come up, but it's all set up through Twitch, and it's not set up through YouTube. So I do appreciate that, mate. Thank you so much. £10 donation. So Oliver is through. Here comes Super Turbo on Lude as well. He's really struggling to get through. Can he go down the inside? He does have a look for it, and now he goes for it. So Henke and B Right have stayed out again. Are they going mediums to softs? Fanfulness is now up to P8, by the way. And Jack just backing out there. Splandy is for a Lude. Fanfulness, remember, he pitted on lap 1. So Henke is your race leader here in Brazil. He's doing a fantastic job so far. Driving his heart out here in Sao Paulo. So Cars, Oliver, Turbo, Splandy, they're all going for that undercut. I'd keep an eye on the rest of the guys. And Brandon is catching Dennis. Remember, he has that DRS. Saro getting the first penalty of today. There's not been a single DNF apart from YXF on his debut in the pit lane. Reese and Senjo squabble through the centre S's. Not been a single safety car, any penalties, no DNFs. It's been a fantastic Grand Prix. 16 laps remain. And Senjo having to let Reese through, who's now up to P5. But remember, as these all continue to stay out, Oliver, Cars, Trubo, Splandy, Ducky, all gone for the undercut. Splandy is actually chasing down Trubo here. The Alpha Tauri on the Alfa Romeo. So up the hill they go towards turn 10. Oh, look at Banter Brandon on Dennis. And down towards the centre S's. 20 laps now on the mediums. Are they going for the medium to soft strategy? The mediums can last this long. I mean, I did quite a stint on the mediums. Fan finishes for Senjo into the pit lane. Finally, onto the softs with 15 laps to go. And he's going to come out way behind Oliver and Trubo as well. They've gone for the hard tyres, Cars as well. So Senjo's lost a lot of time here, but he's going to be extremely quick on them softs. Fanfinis is through on Cars. Fanfinis has done 20 laps on the mediums, and he's just managed to get past Cars, who's on 6 lap old hards. Here's Brandon as well on Dennis. Surely the front runners will start to pit now. Be right 5.5 seconds off Henke, who's 6.7 clear of Dennis. And the only real battle for the top spots is between Brandon and Dennis here for the podiums. Cars is through on Fanfinis as well. I thought I seen someone off the track there. But Cars is back through. Fanfinis 20 laps on the mediums. Ardy's going to pit. Henke stays out again. So does B Right. What did Dennis and Brandon do? Did he go for that slight undercut? Dennis trying to trick Brandon there as if he was going to go in. Are they waiting for that safety car? Here comes Brandon. Are they even going to get a safety car? It's been a very clean race. Brandon and Dennis, the Alpine and the Mercedes, wheel to wheel through the centre S's. Martin and Fanfinis finally into the pit lane. Remember, Dennis will have the DRS down towards turn 4. And he goes back in front of the Alpine. Trubo is throwing Splandy as well. Senjo setting the fastest lap on them softs. So Fanfinis has gone for fresh mediums. Martin has gone for fresh softs. Interesting. 13 laps to go. And still half the grid have yet to pit. Saro retires in the pit lane as well. All them drivers, when they see that yellow flag, must have been rubbing their hands together. And B-Right did pit. He's seen the yellow flag, probably thought, now's my time to pit. But it wasn't a safety car. Banter Brandon goes in as well. I think they're going for the undercut here. Dennis stays out. Reese goes into the pit lane as well. So where is Cars going to come out to his teammate? Remember, Cars pitted 8 laps ago, so he's gone for an 8-lap undercut on his teammate. And that is another yellow flag. Here comes Cars, B right. And B right is going to come out in front of his teammate. Great strategy from the Haas Cars. Great strategy. Oh, what is that? Red Bull. Oh, that's Saro. That is Saro on the track. His car that has retired has come back onto the track. That could have ended in disaster there. Yeah, no worries, Saro. Don't worry, mate. So here comes Henke into the pit lane finally. Oh, and he slams on the brake, trying not to get a penalty. Yeah, don't worry, Saro. It's not your fault, mate. So in comes Dennis. B right's coming out the final corner. He would have done a nice lap on them softs. Oh, Dennis! Dennis with a 5-second time penalty. That's what you had to worry about. Henke is coming out. B right's just coming to the top of the hill. It's going to be close. Henke is going to still be ahead. He's still going to have quite a gap, but it's not going to be as big as it was. The gap was around 5.5 seconds. It's only going to be about 3.5 now. So that undercut did save him around 2 seconds. Here comes Oliver on Cars. So B right and Henke onto the fresh softs till the end of this race. And his teammate is bidding for a podium. Squabbling with the Ferrari of Oliver. Oh, Lude with a 3-second. So B right is still 3.5 clear of Henke behind Henke, but 4.5 in front of Oliver. But that gap will start to extend as Oliver is on 9-lap old hards and B right is on fresh softs. 10 laps remaining here in Brazil. Sanjoy's front Splendid. Got with a penalty and he's just backed out there and gone into the pit lane. He's having a really awful race here, Maxi. Yeah, he's just retired into the pit lane again. We've had 3 DNFs and they've all been in the pit lane. We've not had a single crash that's caused a DNF. Senjoy's for Super Turbo. Not for long. The Super Turbo wants to come back at him. You know, every race, Henke, he tends to make one slight mistake every race. I'm just hoping that he doesn't make that one slight mistake here in Brazil that will cost him the win. His consistency has been getting a lot better recently. He's already had a Grand Slam last week where he got pole position, led every lap. Sorry, he didn't lead every lap. He got pole position, he won the race and got fastest lap. This could be an ultimate Grand Slam here because he has led every lap. He's got pole position, he's got the fastest lap and he's on for the race win with 9 laps to go. Henke is an absolute machine. Brandon on Turbo. Remember Brandon on them fresh softs. And round the outside of the Alfa Romeo. But Turbo is not going to give it up. He gets a 3-second. Maybe battling a bit too hard there. Has cost him 3 seconds. Henke setting another fastest lap. He is taking off now. He's 5.5 clear of B right, who B right is also 8 seconds clear of his teammate. It looks like a double podium for the Haas team at the moment. Dennis is throwing Splendid, and he does have that 5 second for speeding in the pit lane. Oliver is eyeing up a podium here. It's not out of question for the Ferrari. We've got a DRS train going here. Oh, here comes Senjo. Senjo comes through. Oh, and then wheel to wheel, side by side as it go down towards the centre S's. And they're three wide now. The Alpine, the Williams, the Ferrari, but it's the Williams of Senjo that comes out in front. It's Banter Brandon that's behind him as well. Down the DRS straight, into the slipstream. Battery charges on as well. And down towards turn 4 and 5. And the Alpine has the inside line. The Williams goes out wide. And the Alpine is back in front. Amazing battle. And they have cars in front who is in P3. So Brandon eyeing up that podium. This battle is for a podium position. The bottom step. Oh, we got a great exit there, Brandon. A really, really good exit as we ride on board with the Alpine driver. Down the pitch straight. And look at the speed of these two drivers as they go down towards the centre S's. The Alpine driver round the outside. And up to P3 goes the driver who's second in the championship. It's a 5-way battle now. This DRS train, drivers just keep adding to it. Here comes the Haas of cars. But Brandon able to fend him off as they go into turn 4. You've also got Oliver in the Ferrari there as well. The Mercedes of Reese right on the back. And he's going to go for the lunge on the Ferrari. Oliver and Reese side by side. The Ferrari does have the inside line, but the Mercedes will take it at the top of the hill. And he does. Oh, and he claps into the Williams. This gives the Ferrari a chance to come back. That was really close. And Brandon is really taking off on them softs now. He leads the train. And Senjo is through. Cars has done 15 laps on them hards. 5 laps to go. Splendy on Super Turbo. Turbo qualified in a really good position. He's had a great race here. He's just starting to lose a few places near the end of this Grand Prix. Still, not a single DNF. Reese is a little bit low on fuel. Lude's out into the pit lane as well. So that's another driver who retires in the pit lane. Not a single DNF on track. But we have 4 in the pit lane. Not a single incident today. It's been a brilliant race. And looks can be deceiving. You come into here and you think, oh, 4 DNFs, that's not good. But not a single one of them have been on track. It's just drivers going into the pit lane and retiring. And this DRS train is about to catch up to the back marker of DJ Harvey, I think. That is Fanfulness on Ducket. Fanfulness is coming along, and Fanfulness is back up to P11. Oh, here comes Dennis on cars. Dennis on 7-lap-old hards. I think his tyres will start to come into play when these softs start to rub off. So B. Wright and Henke have nearly 12-second gap to the rest of the field. Them two have been unstoppable today. So Senjo has done 11 laps on the softs. Are the hards starting to become the prime tyre here? Here comes Senjo and Brandon's podium on lap 33 is starting to slip away, and here comes Dennis as well. And Brandon, in the blink of an eye, goes from P3 to P5. Dennis will try and make the move on Senjo as well now. And nothing the Williams can do. The Alpine goes down the inside of the Williams as well. Well, Dennis takes that podium. He does have a 5-second time penalty though. So Senjo and Brandon don't really need to worry about Dennis here. We just need to worry about each other. Martin and Jack. 2 seconds between them at the back. Splandy on the back of Reese as well. Reese and Splandy, I feel like they've been continuously battling all race. And it looks to me like Senjo might have lost the DRS to Dennis. Wow. So yeah, them hard tyres are really starting to pay off now. That means Brandon will have the DRS on Senjo. And this is for the podium because Dennis has that time penalty. That is a yellow flag. That is Ducky. But it's Dennis that is now into P3. But with that time penalty, it means Brandon will be in the podium positions. Will Senjo come back at him? So Super Turbo on his teammate. Really unfortunate for Trubo, who's having a brilliant Grand Prix. He is through on Ducky. Ducky is going to come back at him. Oh, Ducky. Ducky on his teammate. That is very lucky that he didn't take out his teammate there. What is he doing making a lunge like that on 18-lap-old mediums on his own teammate who's on 2-lap-old softs? That is crazy. Splandy on Reese. Cars on the back of Senjo as well. 2 laps remaining here in Brazil. So Banter Brandon at the moment will take P3 in this Grand Prix. He's 1.6 behind Dennis. I'm not sure Dennis will be able to create a 5-second gap before the end here in Brazil. Oh, Senjo's coming back at him. And on to lap 35. And Senjo is back in to net P3. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. Splandy is from Reese. Down towards the centre S's. Reese is going to try and come back. And the AlphaTauri and the Mercedes. And Reese does come back. And Banter Brandon is back through on Senjo. Did he want to get through yet? Or should he have waited for the straight and try and kept it for the last lap? Senjo and Cars in P5 and P6. Splandy and Reese have had a great battle, haven't they? It's been very enjoyable to watch. So the interesting thing is what happens between Senjo and Banter Brandon before the end of this race and who gets the podium. Cars on the back of Senjo. He's definitely in play, but 19 laps on the hards. So 14 laps on the softs for Senjo. It's going to be very difficult from this position, but he will have that DRS. I think Senjo will probably get Brandon here, maybe. I think he's hoping he does. Oh no, he's going to hold it off, and he's going to wait for the next DRS straight. That's not what Brandon wanted, but Brandon got a really good exit, and now Brandon chucks on that battery. If he can hold him off till the end of turn 4, he will have the podium surely, and he does, and Brandon holds Senjo off. Senjo stays in P5, Brandon is net P3. Henke on the very last lap of this Grand Prix halfway around the lap. He's 4 seconds clear of B right. He does have a little bit of traffic. That was an Alfa Romeo in front of him. Senjo's still chasing down Brandon. Henke comes out the final chicane. Round turn 14 and 15. He goes down the pit straight. But it's the Norwegian once again. He got a Grand Slam last week. He gets a Grand Slam this week. And LTX Henke wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. The championship leader of B Right comes through in P2. And it's going to be Banter Brandon who holds off Senjo. He's going to come through. Dennis takes P3 on the line. But it's going to be Banter Brandon with Dennis's penalty that takes the podium here in Brazil. Senjo P4, Cars P5. Oliver P7. I think Dennis might finish a bit higher up than that. But what a race. Not a single safety car in the whole Grand Prix. There you have it on the top step. Henke. It's a double Alpine podium. Henke and Banter Brandon in P1 and P3. In P2 is B Right. So let's go through the standings. It's LTX Henke that takes the Grand Slam once again here in Brazil. Pole position, fastest lap and race win, takes maximum points and leads every single lap of this Grand Prix. B Right in the Haas finishes in P2 and Banter Brandon from 7th on the grid gets the podium. TTL Dennis from 19th on the grid should have probably finished P4 or P5, but he takes P6. Cars and Senjo in P5 and P4. Oliver in the Ferrari takes P7, Splendy in P8, Reese in P9, and Fanfinish does take a point in P10. The rest of the drivers there, we had 4 DNFs, but not a single DNF on track. All 4 of them DNFs were in the pit lane. We didn't have a single safety car, apart from obviously that one from the start of the race, the glitch. But yeah, not a single safety car. It was a great Grand Prix and a great race. Now, we will move on to interviews if Brandon joins. I'll just wait and see if he joins in. Oh my god, I'm absolutely shattered. I shouldn't have got up at 5 this morning and started doing Uber. Oh, it's brought us back into the race. Brandon? I don't think Brandon's joined. Henke has joined. If Brandon doesn't join, we'll go straight to P2. Let me just have a look. 1 second. So it doesn't look like Brandon is joining, so we will jump straight to the championship leader who extends his lead once again and takes a P2 here in Brazil. Ben, how are you, mate? Can you hear me, Ben? Hello? Ben?
Nathan, I can't hear you, mate. But I can't hear you.
You
I only
can't.
just heard you come
Oh,
through on the stream.
you can't hear me.
Hanky, can you hear Nathan?
Yeah, I can hear.
You can hear Nathan.
No, 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 not to the group.
Okay.
One second, guys. I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to hear me. I've literally my mic's unmuted on my controller, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to hear me. That's really, really strange. One second, guys. Yeah, that's really strange. Yeah, it says I'm unmuted and everything. One second, guys. One second. Let me just have a look. Sorry, guys. Voice chat settings. Ah, there we go. Can you hear me, guys? Hello? No.
Maybe try leave and rejoin, Nathan.
Yeah, I will try that. One second. That's really strange. Can you hear me now? Hello? I don't know why that is. That is really strange. Like, if you look at my controller now, my controller's completely unmuted. 1 minute, guys. Let me try and figure out if I can do this a different way. What if I plug my mic into my headset? No, because then you won't get the volume. 1 second, guys. Hello? No, I don't know. I can't understand that. I really can't understand that. 1 second, let me go into
Maybe
this.
we can answer your questions through the stream. You say something, then we'll reply.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just have a look at my settings, and then I'll just ask you a question. 1 second. Microphone. Import control headset. No, don't. One second. Sorry, guys. There must be something because my PlayStation broke the other day, and I had to reset the whole PlayStation. So there's obviously something that I've messed up. If you're listening to me, guys. Right, no, I'll try and sort it out after the stream. But Ben, you finished in P2, mate. You extended your championship lead. Just talk the guys who are listening through your strategy, through your race, and how you're feeling after that one.
Yeah, no, obviously, great result to get it. Obviously, what happened to Sendro was a real tough on him. It was not nice. He locked the rears and spun, and I had to be really slow. And then from that point on, I just lost the DRS to Hanky, and he was gone. I mean, this guy at the moment, he's just unbelievable to try and even catch, and it's just ridiculous. He's just pulling away. His fastest lap was a full second quicker than mine, and I had the second fastest lap. I think on the grid. It might have been Sendro that was a little bit closer to that, but yeah, Hanky is just unbelievable. So it's looking like it's going to be tough to try and get in behind me that we're going forward in this championship. But yeah, P2, really delighted. Another P2. I had P2 last week, so I think that's a couple of P1s and P2s now. And yeah, just feeling great in gold. And there's not much else I can say really, other than I was sat in my rig today, so it felt a bit weird not using my wheel, but it was really nice to have a complete new setup, and I felt a lot more comfortable with racing, if you get what I mean, just sat wise and things like that. But yeah, that's about it, mate. Big congrats to Hanky, and yeah, just got to keep pushing on, race at a time, and yeah, I'm really confident, mate. Confidence is flowing.
Yeah, it was a great race from you, Ben. I'm really sorry we've had to do the interview like this, but congratulations on a fantastic P2, mate. You've extended the gap once again to 28 points now is the championship lead. So keep hopefully you keep plodding along, mate, and get your third championship. But congratulations. So we will move on. If Henke can hear me, Henke,
Cheers, Nathan. Appreciate it,
congratulations.
mate. And yeah, just yeah, keep plodding along like you said. And yeah, the dream is really to get that third. That would be obviously more history made at F7, and yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Sorry about that. Sorry about the miscommunication, guys. But yeah, Henke, well done on the P1, mate. If you can hear me, congratulations. What a brilliant result. A fantastic drive. Another Grand Slam. I won't ask you to say anything because you can't hear me. I'm really sorry about the delay. I will try and sort my mic out, but well done on a brilliant race win, Henke. Right, guys, that is it. I'm really sorry about the interviews. I literally don't know what's happened. The mic should be unmuted.
Thank you so much, Nathan.
I'm not sure what happened
Just
there.
drove
Thanks,
a pretty
Henke.
consistent race. Oh, he's ending the stream. Never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry, Henke. The delay's killing me. I'm really sorry, mate. Oh, I'm really sorry, Henke. You did drive a consistent race, mate. It was unbelievable, the drive. Every single lap, you just pulled away from everybody. None of these safety cars that brought you back into the race. You were just pole position, fastest lap. You know, every single lap you were just belting out, and you were absolutely brilliant, mate. But thank you all so much for watching, guys. I'm really sorry again about the interviews. I will get that sorted. I know there's been some technical difficulties. It's just a mess. It is.